I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday. And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be shared because America is not doing well right now. We have a 94% prediction rate that the recession's gonna come, but yet our frickin' administration hasn't even made the move to actually say that a recession's coming. And let's actually call it what it is, a depression. People can't afford groceries, they can't afford rent, they can't afford buying houses, they can't afford having babies, they can't afford having the kids in general if they already have them. We are not in a good spot, y'all. I know that I'm just a number in a company, but I thought I was okay. You're going to think that you're okay because you've worked there for so long or you have the right experience. Like, you guys, I have an undergraduate in marketing, a master's in business, 6 years of paid social media experience, both on a strategist and manager level. I have done people management for at least 3 years. I'm a senior level in my career. And yet, when I was hired to do a senior level role, I was forced into entry level positions. I was doing entry level work as a senior level strategist, all while at the same time being asked to reduce my workload with AI, and our team was having layoffs every 3 months. I should have seen it coming. I really should have. But the thing is that it was not something that I saw coming, because the day before that they laid me off, I was literally talking coverage plans with another employee who was going on leave for months. How am I supposed to sit there and not think that I'm safe in that moment? I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that we live in a world like this where my manager wasn't even the one that fired me, by the way, or laid me off. It was frickin' HR, and they read off a script, but my whole team got laid off. And this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now. My partner is a first responder, so I'm very lucky for the fact that I can be leaning on him for support right now, because luckily his job is secure, thanks to the fact that number one, his job is essential, and number two, he has a union behind him. What I will never understand is why corporate agencies have not unionized. We're not allowed, right? We're not allowed. That's part of it. We'll get fired because at least in this corporate world, they're always gonna side on the side of business because that's what's making the government money. This world right now is not supporting people. It is supporting business. You are just a number, unfortunately. So please, prepare yourself for shit like this. I wish I would have. I wish I'd been applying to other jobs months ago. I just was so dumb to not realize the signs. I want to talk about it. I think people need to talk about it. I think we need to make this more public. We all saw the jobs report. It was awful. Getting laid off on the day that the jobs report goes out, and it's 22,000 instead of 75,000 new jobs. You know how discouraging that is? If you know of anything in the marketing space, let me know. Use my comments as a way in which to maybe trauma dump. I don't care, vent. I'm here for you guys. I can't believe this. And I'm really sorry if you're going through this too.
Stella Freight Trucking Company, after 99 years, just closed their doors and laid off 30,000 employees. I'd be thinking, what does that matter? The point of the story is that they were $729 million in debt to the federal government. And those poor employees, they're left with no retirement and no pension. Some of these people have been working there 20 or 30 years, and they were actually getting ready to retire. I can't help you recover your pension. However, if you did happen to have a 401k plan, we can at least save that money.
Is my company shutting down? Okay, it's almost 8:30. We usually have an HR meeting canceled. We got told from one of our East Coast managers to cancel all interviews for today. Now, in place of that meeting, mandatory meeting company update with a bunch of people on it. I'm about to be jobless for the holidays. Okay, I'm about to log on, so we'll see. Wish me luck.
All right, I have really bad news, everybody. Effectively, immediately, ceasing all operations. We have sent the call centers home on the east. We're filing for bankruptcy.
For the people that we did have onboarding, are we calling them and telling them this, or is HR doing that?
That is a good question.
If you're really frustrated, then just name it. If you feel like you're in a shock, or just recognize where you are, because it mirrors the process of going through grief. So just take care of yourself like you have lost something, because you have. We all have. Thank you. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Thanks.
I know.
I'm actually so heated. And I'm just like...
We knew.
We talked about it. We just take it. And again,
No, I'm getting them done on Thursday, but maybe I should cancel because I'm not going to have any more money.
No, literally.
No, like actually though.
No, actually.
No, actually.
It hasn't opened yet, but
Yeah.
leading to a door that's about to open for all of us. And
No,
I know
I feel
it's
you.
super.
We were really hating it. I feel like we were starting, honestly, to get like really
No, I was like crying.
like
one
bitter
day, like,
and even yesterday for me, I was like at a breaking point with, and it's like the smallest things, but
really, like yesterday was rough for me. Yesterday was super rough for me, and I was even saying like, should I just quit without a job? And it's like, well, don't have to.
the universe did it for you, baby.
I wish I had good news for everybody, but this is very, very serious, and we cannot trust the Trump administration's reports or data. Sorry, Caroline. Far from it. Here's what's going on with company layoffs and the economy. We already know American Axle is suing the Trump administration. They're an auto parts manufacturer because they say the tariffs are putting them out of business and they're getting ready to lay off a bunch of people. We already know that Ford and GM's profits were completely wiped out the second quarter because of tariffs. P&G will be cutting 7,000 white-collar jobs. When I go through the list of companies that are laying off, they all attribute it to decreased global sales and sales within the United States because of economic uncertainty due to the tariffs, and the increase in prices because they're producing parts that they have to charge more for, so people are buying less, all again thanks to tariffs. And also a lot of these jobs are being replaced by AI. And I want you to remember that this big beautiful bill put a provision in there for the next 10 years. Not one politician, nobody can touch AI. They can, whoever owns AI services, including Elon Musk, can do whatever they want without repercussions. So MAGA, I want you to keep all this in mind. So P&G is cutting 7,000 jobs. Special mention, Kentucky. Kentucky is getting ready to lose 23,000 jobs because their three leading bourbon producers have all filed for bankruptcy. A lot of it having to do with Canada being one of their lead countries that they export their products to that are no longer selling their products because of the tariffs. Let's see. Microsoft, 9,000 jobs. Meta, Google, Amazon's cloud computing arm. Intel, a microchip manufacturer, is laying off 10,000 employees. Zoom Info, Chegg, PwC, Chevron, Boeing, JP Morgan Chase, Cargill, Wells Fargo, Marriott, UPS, 20,000 jobs. Dell, Nissan, 11,000 jobs. Intel, Microsoft, HBC, DHL, BP, Bosch, Jaguar, Sarepta Therapeutics, Alaska Air, Indeed, and Glassdoor, which I find interesting. They post all the job openings, and I guess there just aren't as many job openings anymore. Procter & Gamble, 7,000 employees. Clark's, Allianz, Intel, 15,000 employees. Blue Diamond Growers, Walmart, CrowdStrike, IBM, MasterCard, Cisco, 7,000. They're a food supplier for schools and hospitals and restaurants and you name it. Stellantis, 2,450. Optum, part of United Healthcare. They have clinics in rural areas. They're going to be closing a bunch of their clinics, leaving a lot of people without a job. Mercury Marine, Intuit, NatWest, Ford. The list goes on and on. I just didn't want to sit there and spend the rest of my day writing it all. I am not including all the companies around the world that are also laying off because of Trump's tariffs. This has caused a worldwide economic dire situation. It's not just harming Americans anymore. And the numbers cannot be trusted from the administration. You can't trust their data, unemployment numbers, or what have you because of falling survey responses. unemployment numbers rely on surveys being submitted to the government. And there's big concern that companies that have already shut down or are MAGA supporting companies are not turning in their surveys that they lost jobs. They eliminated jobs, causing higher unemployment. Because of budget cuts and staffing shortages in this administration, and because the Trump administration disbanded the advisory committees that are there to confirm statistical accuracy of data coming out of the Trump administration. When we look at the unemployment rate and how Caroline Leavitt and others portrayed as it's low, there's one number that's disturbingly high within that number, and that's the highest number to date. Over 25% of the jobs being occupied right now in the United States are leave those employees what's called functionally unemployed, meaning they make under $24,000, don't have any benefits. So they're essentially unemployed. They're in poverty. Over 25% of jobs in the United States are filled by people who are functionally unemployed because of how poor the pay is. And so that makes the unemployment rate look like it's great. There's so much more to the story. But MAGA, you're part of a lot of these layoffs for sure.
You know what? One thing I feel like isn't talked about enough is the unemployment rate right now. There are like so many layoffs going on right now that aren't being talked about enough. I got laid off in May, and I've been on the job search. I barely have had any reachbacks. I worked for 2 years. I'm 24 years old. I had an internship in college. When I got laid off in May, multiple people got laid off in my department, and it's just crazy. I feel like nobody's hiring. All the jobs that I see that are posted, I've applied to pretty much, and it's not that many. And I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth region, so there's lots of manufacturing jobs too, and corporate jobs. So it's like no one is really reaching back, which is crazy because like a year ago, when I was working on a different job, I was getting multiple interviews, while I was working at the previous job that I was trying to leave. So it's just crazy to see like the change of like hiring practices right now. And I feel like AI is definitely part of it, but like nobody is talking about like how bad this job market really is. And I feel like they should be extending unemployment benefits, and the real numbers of the national unemployment rate should be released. Shit is crazy.
I have some more dire economic news. I'm sorry we can't have our heads in the sand, but I am going to end this video with an empowering message on what you and I can do to hopefully turn this ship around. So October 2025, there were 153,074 layoffs, the highest layoffs in 20 decades. 20 decades! Ranging from tech giants to warehouse workers to retailers, everybody is impacting. Now, this just is validating what people have been estimating is over 1 million jobs being eliminated because of Trump admin economic policies. I mean, it's happening. Now, because of the tariffs, the Trump admin is also allowing the tech bros who own AI to become even bigger billionaires, one of them a trillionaire probably pretty soon, and they are eliminating jobs because of AI on top of the tariffs that are causing layoffs in other sectors. And there's another 294,000 federal jobs that are going to be cut. Did you guys know this? All of this is right before Christmas. It's right before the holidays. And competition for what few new jobs become available has become so intense that you and I have a better job of winning a $500 scratch-off ticket than getting that job. That's how many jobless people are applying for each limited job opening. This is really fucking bad, people. And you know what? It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And let me tell you something, with these healthcare subsidies expiring, thanks to the Trump administration, those cheap health insurance plans that are now available to all of these jobless people, I just made a video about it. One Trump supporter purchased the plan, it's called Trump Care, had a heart attack and was billed $110,000. Another Trump supporter purchased the Trump Care package, had a knee replacement, and then was billed $100,000. This is really bad, you guys. Here's my hopefully empowering message. You and I have to vote the right people in who are visionaries, who are not beholden to the corporate class, to the lobbyists. We cannot vote for MAGA Republicans. We also cannot vote for centrist Democrats. We must vote them out. This new landscape we are in, we're not going back. Something new must be created from all of this mess the Trump administration and his tech bros are creating. Something new. We need visionaries. The centrist Democrats are not visionaries. Their skill is to take care of their donor base. Ditto with MAGA. That's not a visionary. It's not. It's crazy.